You think glasses or no glasses? Probably more approachable.
How cool you want to look.
Well, I don't think glasses make you look cool.
Of course they do.
That's great.
And we're back between Yetis at the LMC Broker Open House with one of my favourite financial advisors.
Thank you.
Noelle Norvell.
Yes. Very nice to be here. I am very glad. Yes. And LMC has put on a fabulous event, don't you think?
I'm just looking down the dock actually. This is what a boat show actually is. It's not hordes of people and kids and screaming and fighting to get down the dock and sweating your nuts off and this and it's this.
It's relaxed. It's perusing the yachts, a little bit of hors d'oeuvres and drinks up at the front, and just casually going on and off the boat.
On and off the boat.
Yeah, and catching up with friends that are here. So,
quite strange.
And colleagues.
This is all it is.
It's a beautiful day.
It doesn't need to be any more.
No, it doesn't.
You don't need to spend $500,000 on.
Not at all. No, and what's even better is that the crew's here and you can talk to the crew, and to your point, there's not a lot of people here, so we don't have to, get rushed on and off.
Yep. And then worry about losing our voices and stuff.
That's right.
Like this.
12-hour days.
Good.
For 5 days in a row, no less.
I'm just checking sound because I didn't do the final check.
Oh, okay.
So,
yes.
You work with I don't know how to say, some of my favourite people.
Well, they're attorneys, so you need to have favourite people as attorneys.
You do.
You don't really want them, but when you need them, it's good to have them. So Luxury Law Group, and then the separate company, Luxury Financial Group.
And so Andrew High is the poster child for any great American family.
That he is, and he's got his 2 little cherub sons. They're so darling, and his lovely blonde-headed wife. Yeah, so I just talked to him before I got here, and then of course Danielle, who was at ABC, I think, with you guys.
Yes. We just got back from DC, so it's that's going to be a very good little documentary.
Segue. So for me, my team members from the National Marine Lenders Association board, because I sit on the board as well, they were up there as I had a prior commitment in boating.
National Marine Lenders Association.
National
Marine Lenders. NMLA.
Yes.
NMLA. Okay, there's a New York one. I've never heard of it.
So what we do is all of the finance company and banks that are associated with marine lending and RV lending are a part of our association. So we do things like the ABC. We promote lending
RVs
with all
and boats
and yachts. That is correct. So we make sure that the lending criteria stays within standards, not too loose, not too strict. We encourage other banks to get into marine lending. Exactly. Yeah. We talk about the foreign registries that are out there and just make sure that the marine lending, because it's such a large piece of the marine community, stays robust, and you have to have an organization to do that. So.
How did you get into this?
I got into it. I was a private banker back in '93 with a bank called First Union, that is now Wells Fargo. And I was recruited after 10 years to a company called Marine Max, which is well known. That owns New Coast, where I worked as well before joining Luxury Financial.
It's amazing. Ding, 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 ding.
Yes, absolutely.
And so when you left New Coast then,
yes,
this was your chance to start your own thing.
Correct, yeah. So I have got a lot of knowledge in the industry, and all of my friends, colleagues, partners in the banking world, and a lot of friends in, you've got your Worth Avenue Yachts, your Allied Marine, and so it's a great industry to be in. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, those guys too. Recently did a yard tour overseas for a week or so for the Italian builds. And
where'd you go?
We went to Benetti, we went to Perini, yes, exactly. We went to Perini Navi, also Azimuth, we went to Mangusta, and also San Lorenzo. So, yeah, just trying to stay abreast of things going on internationally.
That's really interesting, actually, because one thing I've really started noticing recently is people like Danielle, they have their core business, which is litigating and contracts
transactions,
and stuff like that. But then there's so much more you can be doing, and it's showing an interest in the industry like you've just done, going abroad. It's going to ABC and advocating on behalf of the industry to Congress.
That's right.
It's being parts of associations. It's putting on things like this. There's so much more to the industry than just doing your own little bit.
That's very true. And we need to promote our industry, and we need to be active and do things like the sales tax cap, the foreign trade zones, of which LMC is a part of, because it brings people into our industry. And, the newcomers to the industry, which are the millennials who like to charter versus purchase, and then how do we convert those charter clients into purchase clients? So there's a lot of things that we need to do.
People ever borrow money to go on a charter?
They don't. That is not an option as of right now.
Yeah.
It's something that's been
Can I borrow
discussed.
$250,000 for a week?
Exactly. We'd like to get paid back. So no, it is not as of right now. I know a lot of boat traffic today. Maybe they're getting ready for Memorial Day weekend.
So in terms of when you're lending money to people,
Yes.
you secured a loan from my friends, Mr. Sweaty Yeti.
That's right, I sure did.
Very good.
At the closing table.
How did you justify the collateral?
So yes, we justify collateral with surveys and the ability to repay. So it goes not only with the boat, but also with the client as well. And if we have situations where the client doesn't fit in that box, Luxury Financial has done, myself specifically, have gone out and found private equity partners for foreign nationals, for example.
So you, as a company, you're not raising the money. You're advocating on
finding
behalf of
the
client
money
and going to the bank.
Correct. Again, trying to promote the marine industry because not everybody fits in that little box. And we want to make sure that we find the money for those clients that don't fit in that box. So you've got foreign nationals, you've got entrepreneurs who pass through all the money on their tax returns, and they do that to avoid such a big tax bite. We need to have partners that will lend to clients like that. So they might be real estate heavy, they might be liquid heavy. We've got to have avenues for that. So again, promoting the industry, we go out and find them.
Good Lord.
Yes, it
But
is.
you want to lend money to people with money, right?
That's true, or the ability to pay back. So again, if they have money, they may not have it all in liquidity, but they need to have some. And if they don't have the ability to pay cash, we do lend money to them as well. So I would say 50. I would say 50 to 60% of our clients don't need the money, but there's the other percentage that do.
It's cheaper to borrow the money. That's what I've heard. It's cheaper to borrow the money for that instead of using your own.
That's right. And plus, most of our clients want to use it to build their business, keep the cash in their business, or go and do other investments. Yeah. So when you have very small or no prepayment penalties at all, interest rates that are like mortgage rates, and 20% down payments, it makes perfect sense. 20 years?
It's a mortgage anyway.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Right. Mm-hmm. And we stick with the client the entire time. If they want to pay it off, if they want to talk about doing charter in the future. I mean, I've got clients that contact me for multiple products. Have another client who said, will you help me find a mortgage? And we help them do that as well. So we want to be a resource.
What about when they don't pay?
What about when they don't pay?
Yeah. Is that really...
That's when I call Luxury Law Group. So, unfortunately,
tap on the wall.
We tap on the wall. Yeah. So there are services out there, unfortunately, that can go and get the vessels. You probably know Ken Cage. So that's a service that they provide to go out and retrieve the boat. Yeah. So it does happen. It happens in Lauderdale, it happens overseas. They do. We try to mitigate that in the underwriting that we do, but it does happen. Unfortunately, it's part of the business.
That's right. Go back to Marine Mags a second.
Yeah.
They have the biggest clientele of boaters of any brokerage house or anybody in the industry.
They've got a really large inventory. That is very true. Yeah, and they've got a really big footprint, and they carry quite a few bands.
Were you doing financing for the customers, or were you doing the floor plan?
I was doing financing for the customers.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
So you're working on what? Anywhere from 20, 30 grand up to 2 or 3 million?
In my first years there, I was, but then we created a group within Marine Max called Private Client Group, and so did everything for Marine Max New Coast $1 million and above. So took care of their larger azimuths, their Venettis, larger Sea Rays at the time, and the Hatteras. that they had. Yeah.
Okay.
So, and prior to that, I was with the bank where I did all luxury lending, and that's what made me attractive to them to come on board.
So if you want some money to buy a boat,
call me.
this is your girl.
Yes, thank you very much. Noelle at lfg.money. Not .com, .money.
That's a domain.
That is it. .money.
LFG.money?
He's looking to make sure, yes.
Awesome.
Yeah, well, thank you very much. It was nice to see you again.
Yes.
Yes.
LFG.money.
Yeah.
That's a great domain. That's so much. That's fun.
People, yeah. People ask me that all the time, and I love the shoes. I have a pair of blue ones. Aren't they so comfortable?